Hi guys, this is one of the better chicken coops that are available at the moment in the UK. It's the budget one, so I thought it was worth testing. I've already got the Imperial. The kids love the Imperial. This one's not too bad. It has its flaws. The instructions weren't bad. I found that it was quite well. I wouldn't say flimsy, but the wood is much thinner than you would have initially thought. You'll probably see that I'm cutting right through the process of install here, and you can slow it down for yourself if you want. But it's 7 minutes. It took me nearly an hour and a half, so I don't think that there's any point in me talking you all the way through an hour and a half. But notice the split on the timber there. That was one of the things I was particularly bothered about. There was a few bits like that. They actually, all of the splits were hidden. It's just not a nice feeling. But I did like the dowels, because when I was trying to put the frame together, the dowels basically helped support me whilst I was getting the screws in. That made it possible on my own. I used my impact driver, as you saw there, and generally a PH2 bit. Also need a 10mm spanner for when you're putting on the layers box. But by and large, the dowels help you stay square and keep it easy for you. Yeah, there you go. There's the 10mm socket I used, but you can use a spanner. The layers box was on nice and strong. Particularly happy with that. I like the way it was a metal thread all the way through, and the base just basically sat on the two sides. That was kind of quite a nice design actually. I was quite impressed with that. Yeah, that was cool. Then the back of the box comes on, as you're about to see here. There we go. That just lines up nice and square. That's all pretty easy. Just bolt that on with the screws, as you'll see in the pack. And there was a couple of bits that annoyed me about the setup. The instructions basically made me pretty much put the runners for the base in the wrong place. So here I am adjusting them from the gable down to the bottom, but if you've watched this video, you'll see where the slot for the base is, and you'll realise which way round to put them. The instructions really don't help you very much with that. So once I popped that on, the only other issue I had was the runner itself was a bit tight, and so the base wouldn't slot in. Basically it is slightly out because I've followed the screw holes, so I've actually had to come slightly off the screw holes on this right hand side. As I'll zoom you in here quickly, you'll see, yeah, there you go, you can see the runner basically just sits past. So yeah, I've just adjusted it out, and there you go, it drops in no problem at all. That I followed the screws, so that's technically wrong, but not really a big deal. I've only moved out an eighth or so. From here, it was too high, so I had to move outside, and it's time, yeah, pretty much to put the roof and the run together. You notice a crack there on the frame. That's another one. There was a few of them, as I say. Nothing, yeah, nothing you could actually see, but again, just, I just didn't like the fact that timbers were cracked. You can see it there, and where I'm just about to install the run as well. And I've fast forwarded most of the run installation because it's pretty obvious what's going on here. But yeah, going back to the cracked wood, yeah, there are a few bits, and it kind of did detract from the overall feel. I feel like there were just a few bits there would have made this, rather than a 4.5-star rated chicken run and coop, this could have been the real deal. This could have been a 5-star coop with a bit of refinement. But overall, for the money, can't really complain. And I mean, I'm pretty good at DIY, so it took an hour and a half. It might take you a bit longer, and you definitely want to have a drill. You notice I was pointing to the dowels there. The dowels basically line you up again for the roof of the run. That makes it all nice and easy. Then it's just a case of screwing it on. I've fast forwarded all of this as much as I possibly can to yeah. I mean, you just don't need to see all this. With the roof, you can see the dowels again, and again you can see a split. That's the third split. In fact, that was all three of the splits I was referring to. Basically, I just align the dowels here, and the roof drops on. Yeah, well, took a little while to get them in. There you go, and the same on the other side. Just needed to push the timbers out a bit actually, and get them into alignment. But the benefit of this, it squared it all up for me. So I have to say they have taken all of the skill out of it. It's just a bit fiddly in places, and then the roof cover across the joint there. and it all just screws together nicely. And to be honest, I was pretty happy with the whole thing. Um, apart from the split timber and the iffy instructions for the runners, to be honest, I think everyone could follow that. I mean, if you've watched my video, you won't make that mistake with the runners. And by the way, it was annoying because it did cost me about 10 minutes trying to work out what was going on. And that takes us to the layer box. Just a couple of hinges on that, as you can see there, and screwed on. I didn't actually like the screws that they provided with this. I actually changed the ones on the frame to some 25mm larger screws than they provided. I don't know if that was necessary. It's just what I did. And yeah, that's it really. Let's have a little look around it. It definitely looks the part. I mean, that doesn't really concern me because I'm putting it in the vegetable patch, and in fact I decided to add my own custom run to it, just knocked up a few bits of wood for the chickens to have more space. But overall, if you was going to put that in the back garden and you wanted something looking nice, yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's lovely. 2 or 3 chickens, not a problem at all, and it's actually quite strong. You can pick it up and move it no problem at all. It's definitely strong enough for that. And here's a little look with the chickens in with this custom rough made extension I put on for them to give them a bit more room. Okay, thanks very much, guys. And if you buy this, well, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good value for money. Cheerio then, bye bye.